people are attracted to the idea of things. They're not actually attracted to the thing itself. So when it comes to being real, yeah, people love the idea of real.
Yeah, man. I see greatness, I see impact where you have enough for them youths, yeah. You'll help them to wise up, you see me? Just go and do your thing, fam, no matter when nobody's said. You understand? Yeah, man.
You know it's the Ron Talks channel. Hey, yo, Ron. You know it's the Ron Talks channel. Back at it again with the fan question catalog. And we're at fan question episode 7. Yes, episode 7. I think we have just as much episodes or videos as My Views catalog. And guys, feel free to binge watch the videos in the My Views catalog, and feel free to check out the previous episode in the fan question catalog. Fan question episode 6. How can I blaze my own path? So link will be in the description box for the previous episode of the fan question catalog. Please feel free to watch that if you haven't already, and binge watch the other videos in the fan question catalog as well. I have good questions there that definitely deserve more views, so check it out if you haven't already. And guys, check out the My Views catalog as well. This playlist, fan question, and the My Views catalog has the same amount of videos, so check out the videos in the My Views catalog as well. I make great videos there, run up the views, and the higher the views, the more YouTube pushes the algorithm of the videos and the more people it reaches. Okay, so just binge watch those two playlists, and feel free to watch the previous episode of the fan question catalog. Links is in the description box for all of that. Okay, so fan question episode 7, as I stated before. So the topic is, how can I be successful? I think this is everybody's dream. I think this is a lot of people's goals. Some people just don't care to be successful, but most people would love to be successful. So I've broken down some parts into how to be successful, and this is just my opinion. Fan question. Number 1, and this is very underrated, finding your purpose. So what do I mean by finding your purpose? I basically mean you finding the reason, or you're finding what you like. What do you like doing that it doesn't bring up pain, it doesn't bring up stress, you can think about it and it makes you happy. It's not like a 9 to 5. In most cases, when you think about it, you get depressed. No, you're happy when you think about it. So what exactly is your purpose? Some people purpose is music. Some people purpose is anything relating to business. Some people purpose is just being an entrepreneur. Some people purpose is basically just giving back to the needy. Everybody has a purpose. I think in this life, everybody has a purpose. It's just for you to find out exactly what your purpose is for you. You know what I mean? I know my purpose. I know my purpose. And if I want to give you an example, basically I know my purpose is just helping people, spreading knowledge, making a difference, leaving a legacy. Anything relating or attached to those traits, that's my purpose. And the things that come with it as well. That's my purpose. It always has been, and I knew this from when I was younger. And everybody knows their purpose at different times. Some people don't know their purpose until they're 30, until they're 20 plus. I knew my purpose from pre-teens, So everybody's different. So I would say find their purpose. Find your purpose, okay? And also in finding your purpose, you want to find how to execute that purpose. So this goes hand in hand with number 1. I would have considered this number 2. It goes hand in hand with finding your purpose and how to execute it. So I'm still claiming that as number 1. Part 2 of number 1. So so you're basically finding ways to execute it. So okay, you have your purpose, you have an idea put down. Sorry about that. Almost on the table. So you have your idea put down, right? Let me take my time. Put down. Don't want the camera to drop this time. You have your idea put down. What are you going to do about it? You have flowers, you just put it down. What are you going to do about it? A lot of things you just leave there without adding anything to it. It's just going to remain the same. So you have to find a way how you're going to execute that purpose. How are you going to go about it? Okay, you want to give back to the needy. What are you going to do to give back to the needy? Are you going to create an organization? How are you going to fund that organization? Are you going to look for sponsors? Things of that nature. That's just in a nutshell what I'm talking about. You're finding ways to execute that purpose in which you have. Because the purpose isn't going to just execute itself. It obviously needs help, hence why you thought about it, and you're the leader of it. So you need to find ways how you're going to execute it, okay? So that's number one. So number one will be finding your purpose and finding ways to execute it. All of that is number one, okay? Yeah. Number two, be consistent. Now, I know anybody who has tried to accomplish their dreams and goals, the number one issue is just being consistent. Because there are going to be times when you're depressed. There are going to be times when external factors affect your mindset. There are going to be times when you really feel down and you can't be all positive, happy, right? I know, I can tell you from experience. But regardless, one thing that should remain consistent is your work ethic. Fine, your mood is your mood. You know what I mean? But the work ethic should remain the same. Always be consistent. And if you're wondering what should be the biggest motivation in making you consistent, look at your living situation. Look at yourself financially. Look at all the things that are in this world. And you haven't enjoyed it. But there's a good chance if you're consistent with your purpose, in achieving your purpose and executing your purpose, you can actually be a part of that. You can go to countries that you can barely pronounce. You can travel the world. You can go to parts in your own island or country which you reside in and go to different areas that you swear it was only for tourists. Elevate yourself. Guys, you're not going to live forever. And you're definitely not going to be young forever. So you looking on you being consistent, you have to look at the bigger picture. Be consistent for a year or two to your purpose and dream, and let's say by that time span your purpose and dream flies off, you know that the benefits that comes with that is for life. Work, grind hard. I can guarantee you, if you have a purpose that makes like a sensible purpose that it can, oh my God. Sorry about that. Have a plan, right? And if you have a purpose, a real structured purpose, I can guarantee you that if you grinded for 2 to 4 years, I can guarantee you that that purpose will lift off. So work hard for a lifetime of benefits. Work hard now for a lifetime of benefits. Work hard temporarily for a lifetime of benefits. Okay? So be consistent, and that should be the biggest motivation in being consistent based on what I just explained earlier. Another one, this is the third one, network. All that bullshit, me not trust people, me this, me that. Yeah, sing a Chronic Law song, but don't trust, you know what I mean? Sing a Cartel song, but don't trust people, all these things. You need to network. The same people you're so-called not trust. You have to network. You have to talk with people. You have to help people with their thing. They help you with your thing. That's how the cycle goes. You have to. You have to network, especially people that are in the same sector where you are finding your purpose. So for example, if you do business, you have to talk to business persons. You have to network with business persons, not only to have an idea of what you're in, but also to help elevate yourself as well. And you can elevate them as well with your knowledge. It can go both ways. It doesn't have to be something that you're leeching off them. So networking. And you never know, networking, you might get some advice. You might be doing something wrong and wondering, why isn't this taking off? And just because you network with a business person, they told you where you went wrong. And just by that, you rectifying that issue blows up your business. Now imagine if you never network and you never have that knowledge of persons around you. You probably would have never knew why your business is failing. That's the importance of networking. Okay, so number 3, network. Number 4, save. This is underrated. This is underrated right here. And you know what's funny? Finding your purpose and saving is underrated in being in the whole road in being successful. People always look at the financial and the benefits of it or that big hype idea, but finding your purpose and saving is very underrated. You need to save, because you finding your purpose a lot of you guys' purposes, especially in this generation, isn't cheap. Isn't cheap. Gone are the days where people used to humble and take their time, just build it up, start small, go up, but everybody want everything to pop off one time. So most people, especially these days, their dreams isn't cheap. My dream isn't cheap, and it doesn't have to do nothing with this generation. I just want to help a lot of people and make a big impact, and that's not cheap. You know, especially when you have higher heads fighting against you or the elite with an agenda to keep the world shitty, and you want to change that. Best believe my dreams are not cheap, and it's not safe either. You know, but it is what it is. If you don't stand up for nothing, you'll fall for anything. So that's okay with me. So saving. You need to save. Save. Because you're finding your purpose and dream, for the most part, not saying everybody, but for the most part, it's not cheap. Networking, you might have to pay to talk to certain people. Networking isn't cheap. Depending on how you do it, it isn't cheap. Finding your purpose isn't cheap. Executing it is not cheap. This is where the money really comes in. You execute it, because you executing that plan is making it a reality. And in order to make it a reality, for the most part, you need money. So you need to save. And they're gonna come dark days where you fail, where you're on your ass, when you're wondering if you should start over, what the fuck is happening. That is where the money comes in. You save. So in case you fail, you can always start again, or better yet, invest in something different. Because there might just be a time during your road to success, you realize that what you're putting emphasis on, or what you want to come true as it relates to your dream, isn't for you. Isn't for you. Isn't. You know, I had a friend, well, I'm not saying a friend, but I knew of him, you know, we talked. And he said straight up that he stopped doing music because, you know, the rappers with actual talent aren't getting on, while the ones with actual talent are not. You know what I mean? The ones with actual talent aren't getting on in the rap game, right? And he just given up. This is a dude that does shows already, things of that nature. He spends a lot of time on his craft, but he gave up. You know, that's a funny thing about being on the road to success. Yes, you get to see who you really are. Your personal traits that weren't exposed, it's exposed now. What that told me is that 1, he doesn't have a strong mindset, and 2, he's impatient. There's many rappers out there who it took until they were in their late 20s, 30s, their 3rd album, their 6th mixtape, for things to actually go up. So in the music, you have to be patient. You have to be patient. And you can't watch another man's dream. You can't be saying, okay, because 50% of the rappers who are in the rap game or mainstream aren't that good, let me generalize and think, okay, nobody's gonna like me because of that. When you don't know that most of those rappers have fake streams, they have streaming farms out there to push their numbers, they have fake numbers coming through from their label. You know, they're being pushed against the masses. People don't really enjoy them. It's just the hype and trend. They have their rapper friends and all these persons to post them, even when the music isn't on the quality as it should be. Things of that nature. Always keep that in mind. They're mainstream for a reason. You can create your own lane. You can just have a strong mindset that I believe in my craft so much, and I know if I give this time and put in the work, people will fuck with it to a level where I will make substantial amount of money. So right there, him giving up on the music and just blaming the mainstream and, you know, things aren't going the way he want and blah blah excuses, it just showed me that he didn't have a strong mindset. You don't. So during your journey of being successful, you might find out that your dream isn't truly what you want, and you're not qualified for it. You can't say you want to do music and you're not patient. You can't say you want to do music and you don't want to put in the work. It doesn't go hand in hand. And when you realize you don't have those traits, then it's better to just leave that purpose alone and fit something that suits you. You know, everybody can sit down and say, oh, I want to do this with my life. But do you have the personal traits to match to it? Or did you just get up and take it out of your ass that you want to be a businessman? How can you be a businessman when you're not strong-minded and you're impatient? If you have those characteristics, why the hell are you in business? Do something that's more low-key. You understand me? Match your dreams and your purpose to how you are personally. Match it, because that will make it blend more. All right, match it. This is why it's always good to improve yourself. And I have a video about self-improvement. The link will be in the description box as it relates to that. Why improving is always the best option. That's why it's good to improve, because you improve on traits that you're weak in and that need strength. And then when you get that conquered, you can truly focus on the dreams and things that you really want to accomplish. Because a lot of you guys have dreams and goals and your personal traits doesn't match to it. You can't be doing this and have this to your personality. You can't be a girl and you want a man who's a good man and all that bullshit, but yet at the end of the day, you can't tell the truth. You resent guys who tell the truth. You lose attraction to men who talk their mind. But you rate the niggas them who lie to you and pander to you though, even though low-key you know they're lying, just for the pussy. You see how the traits don't match? The one thing, you're saying one thing, but your traits are attracting something else. You have to make it match, guys. So that's how can I be successful. So I just stated the ways and the traits needed to be successful. You know what I mean? The things necessary. Categories basically. And also I just expounded and said as well why your personal traits should match up to the dream that you actually have, and why certain people change their purpose during the journey of being successful. All right? You know what it is. It's the Ron Talks channel. This is Fan Question episode 7. How can I be successful? Please feel free to binge watch the other videos in the Fan Question catalog. It deserves way more views, Playlists will be in the description box, the link for it. As for all the other episodes I stated before, the damn thing go. It's the Ron Talks channel. I am out.